to start off with, the assumption was that it's confused old people and vulnerable and so on, and that's far from being the case. I mean, all sorts of people are becoming victims to cybercrime and fraud, and the extent of that has been a surprise.
I found the numbers of people that might be affected by cybercrime to be quite staggering. It would seem that virtually everybody is at risk. I myself have been targeted by people on the phone saying I've got a problem with my computer, would I like them to fix it for me? And that's increasing, so I don't think this is a problem that's going to go away. What we need to do is to protect ourselves and the people that we serve in Warwickshire as best we can.
We started the survey probably about 12 months ago now in terms of the discussions and the planning for it. The survey fieldwork itself we ran between February and May this year. Originally it was launched online back in February. We made that available through the Ask Warwickshire website, and also it was promoted via the Police and Crime Commissioner's office, via the Warwickshire County Council website, and also via the partners' websites as well. So we had quite a good mix of promotion and marketing for the survey. I think because of the number of responses that we had back, I mean, it shows us that this is really reliable information that we've had back, particularly in relation to those different aspects of cybercrime as well. There were a number of significant numbers of people who were coming back with the same sorts of issues. So we can reliably say that actually we've got a good kind of message here in terms of people's experiences of cybercrime, whatever what is related to, and how they've actually dealt with that and tried to overcome their issues with cybercrime. And they were quite wide-ranging, those issues, in terms of their own experiences and perceptions of cybercrime.
Of course, we live in a global marketplace now. Businesses are trading around the world. They're buying goods and services online from across the world. Consumers are doing the same, and we need to make sure that consumers are protected, that genuine businesses are protected from the threats associated with cybercrime, so that we can have a fair and safe trading environment for consumers and businesses.
What the survey indicates to me very clearly is that there has been for some time a bubble of complacency around the scale and the depth of cybercrime, which is affecting our national infrastructure, private corporations, public bodies and the individual. And what our survey shows is that the extent of cybercrime is much, much greater than we'd hitherto imagined.
Really, sometimes it's seen as a bit of a crime that's unseen. It's carried out across boundaries and across borders, and so I would see it as something that would fit into that category. Really, it's about not only just preventing harm, but giving people the tools to self-help. Really, it's not something that we can arrest our way out of. So certainly we're looking to work in a sort of nodal way. What I mean by that is working with partners, community safety partnerships, trading standards and other organisations that are quite embedded into that area of work, such as fraud on the internet and of course action fraud as well, City of London Police.
I think that we might have become a little bit blasé to the term cybercrime because it's perhaps unwanted emails or the things that you're not really interested in. But actually, if people are successful at getting money out of perhaps an old person or even someone who should have known better, maybe, that can be quite the same as any other crime. If you've been a victim of theft, it doesn't matter whether that theft was from your car, from your home, or from your bank balance due to cybercrime.
One of the problems about police and policing in the United Kingdom is that it's very much data-driven. Successive Home Secretaries have told us that crime is falling, and they're right. Traditional crime is falling, but online crime, internet fraud and cybercrime is booming, and the nature of crime itself is changing. And that's posing a challenge to policing, principally because there is no definitive data available to show the extent of the problem. In time, the British Crime Survey will carry questions to try and indicate the scale of cybercrime. Academics have estimated that if those figures are put into the British crime statistics, then our crime rates would actually go up by between 10 and 12%.
The community safety team regard cybercrime as another aspect of crime that we need to help people protect themselves from. So we're advising people on what to do. We've actually recently employed through the Police and Crime Commissioner a business crime advisor, and he'll be going around advising businesses mainly on how to protect themselves from cybercrime. And every roadshow that we do, every freshers fair that we attend, we'll be making sure that people are aware that cybercrime is an issue. It's an issue for everybody.
All our officers, trading standards officers, have been upskilled in internet investigations and cybercrime work. We're already doing an awful lot to protect consumers. We're carrying out a number of investigations where goods have been brought into the UK that might be dangerous, unsafe, both in the area of toys and electrical products, but also in food safety as well.
This survey, the first of its type in the country, shows how far and how deep cybercrime is. And given that cybercrime is now part of the strategic policing requirement, in other words, it is a threat to national security, we need to be doing more about it. That's the message of our survey.